Yo everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're not aware, there is this thing called Liquipedia, which is basically an encyclopedia of esports stats and stuff, and GeoGuessr has one as of the last 6 months or so. It's pretty cool, run by volunteers, very worthwhile to check out. I would say you get a lot of interesting stuff that you don't get just on the GeoGuessr website. You can see the standings here for the World League. We've got about 5 or 4 weeks to go remaining in the schedule, so things are looking to be shaping up a lot. That being said, if you look between, I don't know, 52 points and 42 points, there are like 20 players, so, or nearly, so it's extremely tight in the middle there. And that's only two. That's basically 3 wins difference, which is anything can happen. Even with only like 6 games left for some people. Anyway, I just wanted to talk about something today, which many of you guys would have noticed, but some of you guys wouldn't have, and I find this pretty interesting. Maybe I'll let the comment section decide what we think of it. But we got 13th Lenly here, of course, very good friend of the channel, with 20 series wins and 9 series losses. And that means, and over those series, he's got 43 game wins and 31 game losses, aka map losses, resulting in a plus 12 ratio and 50 points. Contrast that with Trichter, also my dear friend and teammate, who has 15 wins, 15 losses, with a total game wins of 40 and a total game losses of 35, coming out to plus 5 ratio, and also on 50 points. So look at that. Lenly has essentially lost almost, he's lost 6 less, and he's won 5 more than Trichter, and they come up with the same points. And the reason for that is, on a if you win 2-0, you get 3 points. If you win 2-1, you get 2 points, and your opponent gets 1 point. And if you lose 1-2, then you get 1 point, and your opponent gets 2 points, obviously. So, Trichter, ironically enough, who's probably the person who's benefited from this a lot, actually did the calculations right at the start of the league. He said this: if a player wins 3/4 of their moving games, half of their no-moving games, and a quarter of their NMPZ games. So basically, that's a moving player who's not very good at NMPZ, which definitely, that stat line is pretty accurate for some players in this league. Compared to a person who wins 3/4 of their NMPZ games, but only half of their no-moving games, and 1/4 of their moving games. So basically diametrically opposed skill sets. If you actually followed that win rate across the league, then with the way they've implemented it, you would have 20 more points as the moving player, even though you're theoretically even skilled, because your win rate would be the same if all the games were played. But of course, because NMPZ is excluded in a 2-1, obviously the person with the 75% win rate on that, which is actually around what I have, doesn't really get to benefit from it too much. And it results in people like Lenly having a higher series win rate than MK, who is 15 points ahead. That is a huge difference. This is basically guaranteeing World Cup level. This is not. Now, obviously, Len is losing more games, maps, so to speak, but series, he is winning more than MK. So, yeah, I mean, it just goes back to the conversation of how much do we want to value NMPZ, and personally, I think, why not? It just doesn't really make sense. Either the NMPZ should be played, or in future, like NMPZ, there should be an extra, okay, so in a 2-0 win, it should either be 2 points, or it should be 3 points, and then when you win 3-1, if you win 2-1 over your opponent in NMPZ, then you get 2 points for your other win that you got, plus the NMPZ win, plus a series win point, so 3 points, and your opponent would get 1 for the map they won. So there should be a series win point. Like, that's what the 3-0 for a 2-0, like, that's what the 3 points for a 2-0 speaks to in terms of, like, a language of scoring, but it doesn't happen. So, obviously, I'm going to be a little annoyed about this, because my favorite mode is basically a little bit shafted here. But it's just an interesting thing to point out, right? And you get a lot of examples of this. For example, me and Moo have basically almost the exact same win rate, but of course, a series win rate, that is. But of course, Moo is more consistent on moving, and therefore, or actually, I wonder. if he's more consistent on moving, because my moving is actually better than my no moving at this stage. So it's not even that moving's my issue, it's just that I would love to be playing more NMPZ. But enough yapping. I just wanted to bring that to you guys. Pay attention to that over the next few weeks, because it will be highly influential. People are going to be needing to win 2-0s a lot of the time in order to progress far, which is, actually, if you look at my recent games, which you can go to here, you can see that, actually, played matches, there we go. You can see that Consus was 0-2, 2-0, 2-0, 2-0, 2-0. I really needed these. That was really clutch, getting a bunch of moving wins here. And the Blinky one wasn't even, that was for a different league. And then, yeah, a bunch of 2-1s and stuff. That's more common for me. But you can see over the league here, it's not been as bad for me as it has for Len. I just want to quickly show you what Lens look like, because it's kind of funny here. So played matches, 2-1, 2-1, 2-1, 2-1, 2-1, 2-1, 2-1, 2-1, 2-1. Barely ever losing NMPZ. He lost it to Harrier and Consus. But, yeah. Kind of interesting. That's all I wanted to say. Let me know what you think. And I hope that next year we can see some positive changes that are in line with what really I think most of the pros would like to see happen. So, but now's not the time for that. I just thought it's worth pointing out, because I think you don't really get to see that on the official leaderboard, and so people might be interested to see that. Well, let me know if you were. Bye.